For 20 years, I was the backbone of my family. Emotionally, financially, physically, I carried the entire weight of our lives on my shoulders without hesitation. I woke every morning at 4:30 a.m. and worked 6 days a week as an operations manager for a logistics firm. I rarely saw the sunrise outside of my commute. Missed birthdays, missed school plays, missed anniversaries. But I never missed a bill. The mortgage stayed paid. The fridge stayed full. The insurance covered every emergency. And I never once complained. I did it because I believed in family, in loyalty, in building a future. Naomi, my wife, worked part-time at a boutique salon, 10 hours a week, maybe less after our second child was born. But I never pushed. I just worked harder. We had 2 kids, Lena and Marcus, and I wanted them to have everything I never did. So I said yes. To private schools, piano lessons, braces, college prep, international trips. I said yes even when it meant saying no to myself. For 2 decades, I thought they saw me, understood me, loved me. I was wrong. It all started unraveling just after my 48th birthday. I walked into work like any other day and left with a cardboard box. My department had been outsourced. No notice, no fanfare, just a severance check that wouldn't even last 2 months. I came home that night, still trying to process it all, but calm. I had savings, investments, a little breathing room. I figured I'd regroup, maybe even take a few months to reassess. Naomi didn't even look up from her phone when I told her, "You'll find something else," she said flatly. No warmth, no concern, just cold detachment. Over the next few weeks, she began leaving job listings on the counter. Entry-level stuff, marketing assistant, delivery driver. "You're not too proud to take something, are you?" she'd say, not even pretending to be supportive anymore. "Lena, our daughter, joined in. You've been home for a month. Are you even trying?" But the real knife to the gut came late one night, when I overheard Naomi on the patio with her sister, sipping wine. "I can't carry him," she said. "If he can't be a provider, then what is he?" That word, provider, stabbed deeper than anything else. As if I hadn't spent 2 decades bleeding for this family. 2 weeks later, she sat me down and told me she needed space. What she really meant was that she'd already spoken to a divorce lawyer. I pleaded with her, told her I had 3 interviews lined up, that I just needed a little time. She didn't flinch. I didn't sign up for a life of uncertainty, Brian. That night, she moved in with her sister, took the kids. No conversation. Just a text. "I'll be staying at Carla's for now. The kids need stability." I sat in that empty house. The house I built, paid for, protected, alone. But what Naomi didn't know, what none of them knew, was that for the last 5 years I've been quietly building something. After losing a close college friend, I realized how fleeting life really is. So I began investing in a side project, a logistics software tool designed to optimize delivery routes for smaller fleet companies. I hired coders, built prototypes, filed a patent. It was slow and quiet, but it was mine. 3 months after they left me, I signed a deal with a startup accelerator in Austin. $1.8 million up front, equity in the company's future growth. My life was about to change, and they had no idea. I didn't post about it, didn't call them, just waited. Naomi moved in with some finance bro named Dean. Gym selfies, Tesla, the whole cliche. Lena deferred college and took a part-time retail job. Marcus stopped answering my texts. They turned their backs on me when I had nothing to offer. Then, suddenly, they started calling. Naomi left a voicemail. "Hey, I've been thinking, maybe we were too quick to walk away. We had good years, right? Maybe we could talk." Lena messaged, "Dad, I miss you. I don't care about the job stuff. Can we meet?" Even Marcus reached out. "Hey, Mom's new boyfriend's kind of a jerk." I had learned by then. To Lena, I replied, "I'm proud of the woman you're becoming. But I won't be your emotional punching bag again. That role is retired." To Naomi, "You made your choice when I was down. Now that I've risen, you're not invited to this chapter." 6 months later, I agreed to meet them for dinner. They thought it was a reunion. I wore a tailored suit, pulled up in a new electric Benz. Naomi's jaw tightened when she saw me. She launched into a speech about the kids, about us, about second chances. I let her finish. Then I pulled a folder from my coat and placed it on the table. Inside was a detailed list of every major expense I'd covered over the past 20 years. Lena's orthodontics, Naomi's designer furniture, school tuitions, vacations, mortgage payments, groceries, everything. This, I said, is the man you left, the one you said wasn't providing enough, the one you walked away from when he needed you most. I stood, calm and centered. I'm not that man anymore. I rebuilt myself, not for you, in spite of you, and I'm not angry. I'm just done. I paid the bill and walked away, feeling clean for the first time in years. Today, I run my own company. I employ over 30 people. I own a house on a quiet lake. I still send birthday cards to my kids. If they want to rebuild something real, I'll be here. But I'll never again pour myself into people who only love me when I'm useful. It took nearly a year before Naomi reached out again. This time it was different. A handwritten letter. Said she'd gone to therapy. Was working on herself. She wasn't asking for money, just time. She said she wanted to earn back my trust, not as a wife, but as someone who had once truly loved me. And against all odds, I believed her. She began attending Sunday services with me. Volunteered at a shelter I supported. Helped organize a fundraiser for inner-city youth. No asks, no strings. Lena even reached out. Said she wanted to intern at my company. Marcus came around too. We played basketball again on Saturday mornings. It felt real. Then one day Naomi said, I know we're not together. I don't expect anything. But I want to start a nonprofit to help women transition out of abusive situations. I just need someone to vouch for me. Maybe co-sign the grant? That's all. She wasn't asking for money, just a signature. She showed me plans, a mission statement, even a list of board members. I believed her. 3 weeks later, I got a call from a colleague. Brian, did you know your name's listed as CFO on a charity that's being audited? Turns out Naomi never filed the nonprofit legally. The board members were fake. The tax ID number? Invalid. And $82,000 had been withdrawn, split between 3 personal accounts, one under Marcus's name. When I confronted her, she didn't even flinch. You're rich, she said. You'll bounce back. I needed help. Lena looked away when I asked. Marcus said Naomi told him it was family money. They hadn't just betrayed me. They'd committed fraud with my name. I went scorched earth. Called my lawyer. Froze every account. Issued statements, separated myself from the scam. Submitted every message and document proving I'd been duped. But the damage was done. Some clients dropped us just to be safe. My business partners grew wary. I cleaned it up. I recovered. But I also realized something brutal. You can't rebuild bridges that were never made of stone. What we had wasn't strong. It was transactional, conditional. They only stayed while I was useful. So I buried the old me. Sent one last group message. I carried you for 20 years. I forgave you once. I believed in second chances. But I see now you never wanted healing. You wanted access. This chapter is closed. If we cross paths again, let it be in the past or in a courtroom. Then I blocked every number, changed my email, sold a house, and moved across the country. Naomi tried filing a lawsuit, claimed I misled her emotionally. It was thrown out. Lena sent a handwritten apology. My assistant returned it unopened. Marcus started a YouTube channel trying to expose me. No one watched. And me? I launched a new company, one focused on corporate ethics and fraud prevention. I tell my story now at conferences, not as a victim, as a man who learned the hardest lesson of all. Blood doesn't mean loyalty. Love doesn't mean trust. And forgiveness doesn't mean you owe them a second bullet to the back. I don't hate them, but I'll never let them close again. If you're reading this and you've been betrayed, don't waste time trying to understand why. Just walk away and never, ever look back.